Alright mga dude pare, so this is nice and bright already, right? You see, 3 years ago when I did my unboxing video of the Toyota Avanza, I did it in a dark parking basement and I received some complaints in the comments. And I don't blame you guys. I mean, yeah, it was a bit of a dark video. So now we are here in this nice and airy and bright space to do an actual driving review video of the top-spec Toyota Avanza G right here. So, what sets this top-spec Avanza G apart from the competition? Well, time for us to find out. Let's do this. When Toyota launched the new Avanza in 2022, it brought this small 7-seater MPV right into the 21st century with updated tech, a fancier exterior design, and more cabin space. But that was 3 years ago and the competition has already caught up. The Avanza G still has the best price proposition in the segment though, with its top-spec G trim selling for only 1,065,000 Philippine pesos. But aside from the price advantage, what other traits and features separate the Avanza from the other MPV contenders? What made over 17,000 new Avanza owners in 2024 decide to take home this MPV over the rest? Well pare, let's find out. Here at Reygan's Rides, we do car reviews of SUVs, sports cars, trucks, and everything in between. So subscribe and hit the bell. Imagine my surprise when I did my research and I found out that this top-spec Avanza G with its CVT transmission is priced at the same level as the base models of the other MPVs with a manual transmission. Now you see pare, I must admit to you that in this vehicle segment, value for money or the cost of entry is, it's a huge factor when it comes to the decision-making process of which small MPV to buy. Now that explains why the Toyota Avanza G is, the Avanza in general is the second top-selling small MPV in the Philippines, second only to the Mitsubishi Xpander. So yes, because of its compelling price point of slightly above 1 million Philippine pesos, the Toyota Avanza G still managed to retain its second place position as a top-selling small MPV for 2024. Now I did mention that the competition has caught up with some small MPVs in the Philippines already sporting a mild hybrid platform, and so I also wondered if the Avanza G can still compete. You see, we still have a 1.5-liter naturally aspirated gasoline engine here that can put out 106 PS and 138 Newton meters of torque, which is, it is pretty average for small MPV standards. The thing is, this, my friends, is not a hybrid, but despite not being a hybrid or despite not having a mild hybrid system, the Avanza G still gave me back, some really good fuel economy numbers. You see, around the city, I was able to get 13 kilometers per liter in light city drives, and it went up to 23 kilometers per liter on the highway. Now that, my friends, is nearly equal to the fuel economy numbers of the mild hybrid competition without adding the added cost of maintaining a mild hybrid system. You don't really get that added headache of maintaining a newfangled hybrid technology in your vehicle. See, that's the thing pare. The Avanza G's main draw here is the ease of maintenance, mainly because it's such a simple vehicle. It is such a simple car to drive. This, my friend, still has the tried and true internal combustion engine. We don't even have turbos here, so you can really expect that engine block will last a really, really long time. Plus, pare, I don't need to say this, but it's a Toyota, so reliability is already a given. Now as for the drive itself, the Avanza G is a return to basics. You see, pare, believe it or not, there are a lot of people out there who would just prefer to have a very simple vehicle to drive, something that you don't even need to read the manual in order to operate. Now, the Avanza G delivers a very well-balanced steering feel here despite having an electric power assist system. We also have really nice outward visibility, although I did notice that the A-pillars here at the base area are kind of thick, and I wish that they were a bit thinner. And yeah, if you're a shorter driver, that might impede your vision. So yeah, and because of that, I also noticed that we don't really have a seat height adjustment here. So yeah, maybe it's just me, because I'm not really the tallest person on the planet. But yeah, you'll have to mind those A-pillars. Now, here's the thing, pare. The overall drive of the Avanza G, yeah, despite being the top spec trim, it's simple, it's straightforward, it's a no-frills ride that will take you from point A to B without any drama. Alright, so I recall my unboxing video of the Avanza 3 years ago, and I was thoroughly impressed with the overall redesign of the front fascia of this vehicle because it looks so sharp and edgy. The thing is, in the past 3 years, Toyota Philippines has sold so many Avanzas, and that success kind of worked against it in terms of design. See, despite looking really handsome, really good, yeah, it just looks pretty common nowadays. I mean, I see so many Avanzas on the road that it doesn't really stand out. Still, mga dude, pare, I highly appreciate the fact that for ₱1,000,000 Philippine pesos and change, this Avanza G still gives us full LED headlight units, and did I even mention that we also have fog lights? Yeah, we get fog lights here. Now, to get these lighting combinations in other MPVs, well, you have to shell out a lot more money. And yes, I appreciate that fact that for a little bit over ₱1,000,000 Philippine pesos, we have some really cool and premium lighting units in this Avanza G. Over here at the side, we get some areas that are in need of an update 3 years after the launch of the Toyota Avanza. See, we still have 16-inch alloy wheels here despite being the top-spec Avanza G. See, a set of 17-inch alloy wheels would look so much better on this vehicle. Now, if you look inside those wheels, we have disc brakes up front and we still have drum brakes at the back. Again, if we had rear disc brakes, well, it would perform better and would have better functionality. But wait, hold on. 17-inch wheels, rear disc brakes. Am I describing the Toyota Veloz? Because that's the Toyota Veloz, right? The Toyota Veloz has 17-inch wheels and rear disc brakes. So, if you want those more aesthetic and functional upgrades, well, don't go for the Toyota Avanza G. Get the Toyota Veloz instead. Now, I am starting to realize what the logic of Toyota Motor Philippines is when it comes to these features. You see, if you want the more practical and more cost-effective option, then the Toyota Avanza G will suit you just fine. Why? Because, 16-inch alloy wheels, yeah, the tires to replace 16-inch tires are more affordable than 17-inch tires. And the same applies for the rear drum brakes. It's cheaper to replace drum brakes than, disc pads. So, yes, if you want the more practical, affordable, and cost-effective option, then by all means, the Toyota Avanza G will fit your requirements. But if you want the more aesthetic option, then you can go for the Toyota Veloz with the larger wheels and of course the rear disc brakes. Now, for those of you who are wondering, we still get the same suspension system here. We have MacPherson front suspension and a torsion beam at the back. And because those are the same, well, the ground clearance is still the same at 190 millimeters. Now, this cabin, in the face of the Chinese invasion, seems to be a bit too simple at first. Well, it is a simple cabin, but that, my friends, is the main strength of the Toyota Avanza. You see, we don't get plush cabin materials here. We are still surrounded by signature Toyota hard plastics, but you will realize that this, my friends, is a very approachable cabin. It's not intimidating, it will not intimidate drivers out there who just wants to drive and go. Now, we don't get leather seats here, even in this top-spec Avanza G. We have fabric seats, but they are nice and supportive, and they are also pretty comfy on a long drive. I mean, I took this out on a long drive, and they were pretty comfortable. Now, we also just have a urethane steering wheel here, although the material of the urethane is quite soft, and we also have a tilt and a telescoping function. So that is a nice surprise for a vehicle that is slightly above 1,000,000 Philippine pesos. Now we also have a set of analog gauges here, nice and clear and easy to read. And while we do have an 8-inch touchscreen, it is a little bit on the small side for today's standards. But this 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system comes with Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and the image of a reverse camera. Everything that you need, as I said. Now, when you go down to the climate controls here, I mean, pare, I highly appreciate this. We have a set of physical buttons here, and yes, they are so easy to operate, and the air conditioning is also quite cold. I love that, you just set the temperature setting, the fan speed, you're good to go. I love that. I love that about this car. Now, we also have a manual handbrake here, and yeah, it's an exercise in simplicity. And to be honest, guys, after reviewing hundreds of cars with so many touchscreens and everything is baked into the infotainment system, this cockpit of the Avanza G feels like a detox for me, It's so simple, yet it is also refreshing at the same time. Now, being too simple doesn't mean that the Avanza G compromises on vital areas like safety. In fact, this top-spec Avanza G is the only small MPV at its price level that gets 6 airbags. The rest of the competition, well, pare, they only have dual airbags. Now, we also get blind spot monitoring here, and we also have rear cross traffic alert. Again, these are notable safety features that are missing in the competition. Now, you need to pay like over 100,000 Philippine pesos in order to get these features in other brands. Now, the Avanza G is also meant to haul people. As we all know, it's a small 7-seater MPV. So let's check out the backseat area to see how it fares when it comes to people hauling. Alright mga dude pare, ever since I unboxed the Avanza G 3 years ago, I've been curious what it's like to travel inside the Avanza using long sofa mode, and so here we are. This is long sofa mode, man, and I must say it is a very unique and relaxing way to travel inside the Avanza. I mean, dude, who needs captain's chairs when you have long sofa mode, right? And for the Avanza owners out there, let me know in the comments below if you've traveled or ridden in your Avanza in long sofa mode and how did it work out for you, because pare, right now I can tell you it is so relaxing. It is so cool. I mean, I'm tempted to just complete this travel in long sofa mode, but of course I have to show you what it's like to sit in the second row seats in a more conventional seating setup. So let's head over there right now. Alright guys, so if you need to sit in the second row seats of the Avanza G in a more conventional layout, well, you see that it is a pretty average area. Average meaning that you can put 3 average Asian adults here and it will be perfectly alright. It doesn't really stand out in the MPV segment because it's spacious enough for 3 average Asian adults. Now for the amenities, we do have a pair of USB Type-A charge ports here, and when you look up, we have a unique set of ceiling-mounted AC vents because the flaps that adjust the air direction is separated from the actual vents itself. But what's important is it works, pare. It works to cool down all the passengers inside the Avanza G. Now, let's check out the third row seats in case you have a full load of passengers here and you need to occupy the third row. Alright guys, so we're here at the third row seats of the Toyota Avanza G, and just like other small MPVs, well, this is perfectly usable. I mean, we have a theater-style seating here, so you're slightly elevated from the second row, giving you a nicer view of the front area. Doesn't make it feel claustrophobic, and we have enough legroom and knee room here for a 5'6" dude like myself. I mean, check it out. My knee isn't even touching the seat back here. That is pretty good. In fact, I would say that this is one of the more spacious third row seats amongst the small MPV class. Now, we also have enough air here coming from those unique looking ceiling mounted AC vents. We also have a pair of cup holders here and a 12-volt outlet in case you need to charge some gadgets. So, yeah, mga dude, pare, this is actually a pretty decent third row seat for a small MPV. Now, just like the front, the rear end design of the Avanza G looks sharp and edgy, although because there's just so many Avanzas on the road, as I said, it also looks pretty common. Now, we do have full LED taillight units here, always a plus, and when you pop open this lift gate, you will see that with the third row seats folded flat to the floor, something that I really appreciate about this new Avanza, well, we have a really large cargo area here. Now, how large is it? Well, I don't have the figures in liters,
But I do have my large tanker luggage here, and as you can see, we can put it there. You can put a second one here and 2 more on top for a total of 4 large tanker luggage. I mean, dude, pare, this Avanza is meant to take people to the airport. So that's large enough for 4 large pieces of luggage, enough to take you and your friends to the airport for a month-long vacation. Now, we also have some space underneath the floorboard here for smaller items, and if you're looking for the spare tire, well, you'll find that underneath the car. There's a reason why the Toyota Avanza is the top choice for value-oriented folks looking for a 7-seater people hauler. For a bit over a million Philippine pesos, the Avanza G offers a drive experience that is comparable to more expensive MPVs, but with the assurance of reliability from its Toyota badge. It may be the quintessential Toyota appliance on wheels that can take you from point A to B without any fanfare, but there is also beauty in its simplicity. And for those who prefer a fancier 7-seater ride for a bit more cash, well, there's always the Toyota Veloz that's also available in the local lineup. Thanks for watching.